Let's bring in Tom Forte from D.A. Davidson. Tom, I assume you're listening. I mean, they have created a real thing over these last few years, given the increase in sales that Courtney was just pointing to across the board. How important does it remain, though, for Amazon itself?
Yep, so for Amazon, years ago, this was an opportunity basically for them to have a dry run from a fulfillment center standpoint. So test their fulfillment centers to make sure they were ready for the holiday surge between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And when you think about the impact of the pandemic last year, they essentially had to move Prime Day into the fourth quarter to have, it was kind of the best solution in a challenging year. So this year with Prime Day in June, it's more like the Prime Days pre-pandemic. It's an opportunity for them to test their fulfillment center, make sure they're ready for the holiday surge.
What are the year-over-year comparisons going to look like? I know there are some who say, well, they weren't able to actually serve all the demand, but there are others who obviously believe that the demand itself was above what it normally would have been, given so many people were in lockdown a year ago.
Great question, David. The way that I'm thinking about it is the former. Last year, if you think about it, they were not able to meet the demand, the surge in demand in e-commerce for the pandemic. This year, they have more fulfillment center square footage. They have a lot larger headcount. I think they're ready. So in hindsight, I think we'll look at 2020 as an easy comparison for Amazon and not a tough one because of their ability to better meet demand this year.
What's going on with the stock, Tom? It was really making a move higher in recent weeks. It's lower today on an up day, which is notable, but it did look like it was getting ready to break out.
So basically, I think the stock, some of the pressure on the stock is the transition into more cyclicals earlier this year with the reopening trade, things of that nature. At the same time, I have one eye on Prime Day, and I have one eye on antitrust regulatory risk for Amazon. CNBC has done a great job talking about the 5 bills that are in the House right now and the 1 bill being considered in the Senate. It's interesting to see how those might rein in the power for Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google. I still think it's to be determined. So I think that combination, though, better than expected sales, that'll drive the stock higher. But at the same time, I'm monitoring the regulatory risk that could make the performance more difficult in the second half of this year.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.